there's options to sneak in via the east. She said it was a couple of hours to get there by foot.
Yeah, so Esmeralda has indicated that, yes, there is a way into the castle from the east, but it's quite dangerous and involves a fair bit of climbing. The other alternative, she said, is that, perhaps we could just walk in through the front gate.
During the day, with all the people that are there for the wedding.
Yes, I mean,
we could.
As you know, sort of morning has just begun, and I did say to you that you could see people coming, and you could see various carts, coming along those roads that you both passed. Where are you, Bernard?
I'm in a
the
garage
dungeon
in Everton Park on someone else's computer that I've just rolled in and had to get everything working in seconds. You're on my Galaxy Fold 3 connected to my wireless headphones while I'm on another computer for the actual Roll20.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Subtle
Did it all in
flex,
five minutes. I've got it all running.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's subtle flex, though. My Galaxy Fold, just in case anyone.
I had to point out that exactly. Galaxy Fold 3.
I don't even know what that
shocker.
is.
Yeah, you don't need to know. Don't worry yourself. I've seen it. It's not that great.
It's like the upgrade.
A mate of mine at work's got one, and it's not that great.
Remember the
Nice folk, yeah.
Motorola flip phones.
Oh yeah.
It's the upgrade of that.
Nice
I like it.
Is it Star Trek design, that kind of flip?
No, it's not. It's a fold. I've got a flip version as well. It's bullshit to the envious uni student who wished she had one.
My iPhone 10 is going fine. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure it is. I love the iPhone 10 in 2017, or was it 15? I can't remember. It's a long time ago.
Come on.
It's all about sustainability and hanging on to things for as long as you can.
That's right.
Doing the right thing.
Maria, you've known me far too long to know that doesn't.
Well, I know that won't fly with you. I'm addressing it to the girls on the call.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So
we want to blend in or sneak in and climb?
We saw people coming in at night time, though, right?
No. You did, I think, see some at night, but remember during the day when you transited, because you just slept here overnight.
There was the big tent and 6 people that we saw outside, and we didn't know how many more were inside, which is why we went up the slope to stay away from the road.
Yeah. And from your vantage point where you are, you can see that there's some sort of large marquee in the forecourt of the castle, and because you've been there before, you can see that there is you can make out tents and some sort of large marquee. So it's as if the people who are arriving are either encamping or being hosted or something. It just looks like that front part of Strahd's domain, his castle. And I did send you that image last week. Does everyone recall that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Effectively, he's running in a year. It's a glamping.
I'm just remembering that.
It looks a lot harder to get into it than it sounded before I saw the image.
Was the image in Skype?
Yeah, no, the image I think was in. That.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
That's a lot.
And so that's essentially how you're looking at it from your perspective, right? So the bridge is over there to your right, and what Esmeralda's saying is that she thinks that if we can climb, we can get in here, right?
Right.
But she also knows that inside in here, within the walls of the castle, and that you've been there, you've seen it. So within the walls, so there seems to be tents and a big marquee in place here, And Esmeralda says that if we could get down here, she indicates that there's a servant's entrance that she's used. That's how she got in last time. Down there.
Mm-hmm.
But there seems to be tentages and things now, because there's the drawbridge across and into this big area, and you can just sort of see the tips of them. And down here, you can just see disappearing. There seems to be like maybe quite flash accommodation tents for members of the, for wedding guests. Because clearly, obviously, there's a bit of bustle of activity as the tents were erected overnight. But now certainly, things are now ready and progressing forward for the wedding.
Fair enough. So shall we try and blend in then and walk in and blag our way in that way?
Yeah, probably.
It'll save a lot of climbing.
It will.
Quite a few saving throws where it's a 1,000-foot drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
I think
So we could get.
I might be okay.
You might be okay, but the rest of
You
us
might
won't
The
be.
rest of you will just fall like fucking
Exactly.
raindrops.
Exactly. And then it'll be a very lonely game.
Yeah, as I alert solo on to get Strahd,
Exactly,
and then
as
just get slaughtered straight away.
Because the rest of us cannon fodder are already lost, so it's not going to work, is it?
So, my good people.
Okay.
So, as you sort of have made your plans and begin to journey along, you do see a number of carriages coming along. There's certainly some carrying, like you can clearly see food and wine, barrels of what could be wine that look a little familiar. But clearly, obviously, Strahd has orchestrated his wedding day and, of course, evening. And you are now seeing quite a procession of carriages and carts. And you certainly now notice one that sort of looks quite regal. And you sort of feel that you might have seen it in what used to be Valaki. You might have walked past it or seen it somewhere in your travels when you're in Valaki. You're not 100%
It's
sure.
But it doesn't look like the one that we're in with what's his face when we jumped out.
Silly.
No,
Vasily,
definitely not.
thank you.
No,
It's not Vasily's.
I can absolutely assure you, no, that was a black carriage, and that was Strahd's carriage that he sent for you.
Okay, no, that's fine. Okay.
Well, Lady Vukta, what up?
Yeah. Oh well, shall we make our way down then? Let's see if we can join the carriages. If there's a procession, maybe we can try and blend in.
It's certainly not a procession, but
That's enough.
So you guys take up a position, in the wood, just off the road about here. So you would have a couple of miles to travel if you were to jump on the back of something.
Yeah, okay. We can try and do that.
Jump on the back.
You can jump on the back of the wagon. I meant just start walking with some of the people, or just see. Yeah. So you guys tell me what you would want to do.
So I can successfully kill you.
Carrying Lady Vukta.
We'll wait for the regal carriage to go past and then
Yes,
come
well,
in
that's what I
back
was
and
just
back.
about to say.
Yeah.
So the one that could potentially be carrying Lady Vukta, because as you were made aware when you returned, Lady Vukta had put Vargas to the sword, the previous mayor, and his entire family had been executed. Yes, and as you were aware, you were to be executed as traitors as well. But Strahd and Vasily intervened on your behalf. Do you recall that?
Yes, Vasily did. Vasily / Strahd.
and secured your passage to the evening of under Stride's protection for dinner. 10 day where you delivered quite properly. I read it to him quite satisfactorily from his perspective, so it was quite a good outcome. So I'm sure he looks favourably upon you all.
Considering how we last parted, possibly not, but we did get an invite to the wedding, so I'm going to assume everyone will be under a truce.
We all good.
Yeah.
We kind of have to assume that, don't we?
Okay. So as you sort of see the carriage go past, you note that Father Lucian is indeed walking. He's
He was dead.
The old Father Lucian.
We never did get those bones to him, hey?
Unless he
Still on the
did.
action list.
Is it Father Lucian? Or
I
is
thought he was
someone
dead.
speaking to Father Lucian?
It's a very good question.
The return of the doppelgangers.
How close
Exactly.
is he done?
And you see standing next to him, or not standing next to him, walking behind him, talking to a couple of guards. You recognise who didn't really have much to do, but the captain of the guard with the funny arm. He certainly seems to be deep in conversation with some of the guards walking behind Father Lucian. And you kind of remember that his name might have been Isaac.
Okay. He was the one I upset, right?
Yeah, you could say something like that.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay. We'll wait for them to go past and then join.
That's what you're doing. Are you joining with deception, or are you? So there, the carriage in the early morning light ahead of you. That's quite convenient.
We are
isn't it?
absolutely joining with deception.
Completely.
That's cool.
Okay, so you're just going to tag on at the end there. So what I need is some deception rolls. Please, each member of the party, give me a deception roll.
Did someone just knock?
I've tried. I don't know. It's not showing. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm obviously not very deceptive as a monk. Damn it.
Our deception's not looking so good.
Yeah, I think you and I, as Dragonborn and a Tiefling, are going to stand out a mile. So, even wearing a hat, I think.
Geez, hang on. That 4. I thought that was 4, 8, and 20, and I just need one from you, young Burn.
Can I just tell you what it is? Because I'm on someone else's computer and D&D Beyond is integrated, which I'll do right now.
Yep.
But I just rolled a 16.
That's with your pluses?
Yeah, +7, so I got a shit roll.
+7's amazing, though, to have.
I am amazing. Fisk is an amazing guy.
So the average for the party was 12.
So this is not ideal.
But it's enough that you get a couple of looks from one or two of the guards. And they sort of talk to themselves, and they look back. And it's as if they're sort of confused. They're probably not really sure whether you've just been another travelling party that's caught up with them because the carriage is going actually slow, or whether you've just suddenly appeared. And so you can see that they're sort of talking amongst themselves and they're looking back. Do you guys want to do anything?
No. I'm just going to ignore them. Be like,
Wasn't me.
always been here.
Someone just wink at him like a...
I just got a 21 because I integrated.
Yay.
And at that point, the two of them stop and wait for you to begin to close the distance.
It's only 2 guards, right?
Yep. The others are in front talking to Isaac, and then they're behind the carriage. And Father Lucian's just walking closely behind the carriage.
That's fine. I'll slow down so that Fisk can get ahead.
I'll move ahead. Hail guards.
I say,
Did you say hail?
Yeah. It's an old fantasy term.
I say, where have you come from? You're clearly coming to the master's wedding. Are you guards or are you guests?
We are
Bridal group.
guests.
You don't look like guests.
We are guests of the bride. And the groom, I think.
I see. Guests of the bride.
Hmm.
Interesting. All right.
What's interesting?
What's your name?
Fisk.
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 Oh,
OFTC.
Never give them your real
I
name.
see. Fisk. You will not mind if, when we reach the guardhouse, I check that your name is on the list. Yes.
Absolutely.
Very good, sir. In that case, perhaps we could assist you. Perhaps we could assist with your packs.
In what way would you assist us?
I can help you carry them, sir.
Well, absolutely. We'd love that.
He stops and puts
And
out his
this
hands
sausage
to
sandwich.
touch your backpack.
Everyone's got these like luxurious cabins, and we're like, take my backpack.
Take my
Here's my stick with a sack on it.
I assume you have suitable attire for getting changed before lunch.
Absolutely
What?
not.
I believe
We're
that even
hoping
us
to-
guards will be given a great feast. Be invited into the outer courtyard for the luncheon.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes,
that's good. Our clothes are being provided when we get there. They'll be laid out for us.
I see. Just 1 second, I must check with my hostess. Wasn't expecting a hand-delivered wine. That's right. We've just got back.
Nice.
She's obviously opened a bottle of wine to have by herself outside, so it probably makes her feel better than I'm having one here. Right. So the guards return, and what's the rest of the party doing at this point? So you see about 15, 20 yards in front of you, you see Fisk hand over his backpack, and the guards turn and begin to walk.
Keep my hood
Perch
up.
to Fisk. Yeah. Remain incognito.
Hood's up.
Hide horns.
Yep.
Okay. Are you
Hood's
attempting
up,
to
snout
hide
down.
your horns and everything?
In my cloak. Just, hair over horns.
Exactly.
Nobody knows.
I'm just going to keep my hood up and snout down. As a dragonborn, you kind of stand out a bit. Though the tail might be a problem. I'll just keep hanging back. Hopefully they won't notice.
So you begin now to approach the castle. The gates looming in front of you. You have, of course, seen this vista before. And it is the only difference, of course, is that it is now daylight that you're seeing these. So you're about to walk across the first chasm on the drawbridge into the castle.
Are we sure this is daylight?
It's the best I've got.
This is
Short
foggy.
notice, so that's right. It is. It is of course foggy, and there's a very slight drizzle. But as you enter into the castle, you can see that there are, in fact, a large marquee just through the gate. So if you just let me move to the right map. Just give me a sec. I know what I am doing.
Hey, Dunk.
Yeah,
After that night's rest, am I now fully attuned with the Sun Sword?
you are indeed.
Yay.
Wait. I realise what happened. It's very small. Just everyone have some patience with me. I'm doing my best.
That's okay. Is the Sun Sword particularly chatty today as we get closer to the castle?
It's more emotive, you might recall.
Okay. Is it getting excited as we near vampires where it can
Not really.
slake its thirst? No. Well, that's not a very good sentient sword. You want it to have some sort of personality.
I feel like a murderous sword at a wedding would not be ideal.
But this is a special wedding.
That's true.
And given the way we were set up last time with Cage, whoever cast that spell.
Filthy cage.
Yes, one wonders what's waiting.
Exactly. If they could pull off a simple illusion spell like that. Then again, I'm still in two minds. I need to see if Vasily and Strahd are in the room at the same time. I still think that Strahd's been messing with us. So maybe it was Strahd that took on the image of Cage, pretended to be Cage. Maybe the dark powers him that
Maybe.
ability spellcast.
If he went down to where those urns were that we touched, the ones that offered us things.
Exactly. Well, let's see who shows up. We'll see. If Vasily's hitting on ear at Strahd's wedding and he's in the same room as when Strahd is present, then that blows my theory out that Strahd is Vasily. But if he's not, then it may have been Strahd.
Okay, guys, I'm hoping that when I pop you here, you shall see what I intend you to see. Whoa, let's go back up. Here we are. So, as you enter in, there's a bit of a bustle. The carts have turned up to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure, let me just see if I can get you guys centered there. You're seeing, if you can zoom your maps out, you should see that you've entered into the Castle Ravenloft. So you sort of should have a vision of pretty much most of it from a top-down point of view, and you should see that there's this large marquee tent in front of you, quite massive, and then there are a number of tents to your right, where it seems to be, quite more luxurious accommodation. Now, you actually now do see Lady Vukta, so her daughter Stella, and Nikolai and Karl, who you also met, you might recall, Nikolai and Karl Vukta. I think Fisk you were chatting to in the Blue Water Inn at some point.
Yep.
A couple of ratbag,
That's
sort
right.
of lads. And another female sort of walking into one of the tents.
When
Let's avoid them.
Were Nikolai and Carl the wolf hunters?
Yeah, Nikolai and Karl Vukta. They weren't the hunters. They were the sort of playboys, you know.
I don't remember them. I don't remember them at all.
You don't? Anyone else, or have I got that wrong? You should have.
No, I remember them.
Do you?
Yeah, it was just I think when you came back into the tavern one night or something, you sort of, it was quite busy, or it might have been even the first night or something, and you split up, I think, and some of you chatted to different people. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
might make sense.
Yeah, so the marquee is completely enclosed, but clearly, there's a bit of a bustle of, activity there. So I do have you guys here. I can just pop you all just there. If you do want to move individually, I've just plunked your tokens down. You should be able to see them now.
Yeah. So these tents to the north.
Yeah,
are they?
so there's also tents to the left, and you're sort of now starting, and you can see that the guards that you were talking to and their carriage have gone up that way. So you can sort of see that this forecourt of the castle has been divided, into there. But just as before you're about to go, you see that there are two rather large, very hairy-looking men. To call them that. Quite. Their clothing is good, but is also a little ripped in places, and they are standing there, wearing what could roughly be seen as a uniform of a cape plus a sash. But that's on top of what appears to be like their normal clothes. And as I said, the normal clothes look a little bit ripped or stretched at places, but they're quite hairy, very solid, and they're standing there. And the guards have just gone through, and each guard has been sort of looked at. Isaac, the captain of the guard, has sort of stood there and vouched for every one of his men that's gone through after, obviously, Father Lucian and Lady Voctor and the Voctor party dismounted. And they were directed to the right, and the guards, Isaac, Lucian, have been directed to the left. And the guard that is carrying your backpack sort of nods towards you, Fisk, and is standing there, and is now taking the backpack off and goes, Sire, I should give you your backpack now because I'm sure you will be directed elsewhere than to the common accommodation.
Yeah, I go up to the guard, thank you, and I slip him a tip.
How much are you giving?
Oh, nice.
I give him a gold piece. I just slip out my thing and hand it to him.
A gold
He
piece?
looks at it and he goes, what currency is this, good sir? Are you a traveller? Have you? And he looks to the two guards there and sort of starts to realise that he said perhaps too much, and quickly pockets it and begins to disappear to the north. Your name, says the one standing to the south.
To me, Fisk.
Fisk. And these your companions? And he points to the rest of the party.
They are indeed.
Then speak your names. Come.
Yeah.
Starfire.
So you all close up,
Awful.
and he's looking at this list. He goes, yeah, how do I spell this?
E-A.
I see. And he looks for
Real
some
simple.
more. And he looks and flips and he looks and he goes, and Fisk? Fisk of the first cabin?
That's the Fisk.
See. And he sort of ticks. And then he then goes, and you? And he points to you, Wolfrall, and he goes, Starfriff.
Starfire here. Present.
My apology.
Starfriff.
My apology, ma'am. And he then
Starfriff.
makes a note.
Okay.
Don't fuck up her name again.
And he then looks, and he now looks, Wolf.
Wolfroll.
And he looks at you and he sort of has a little
Wolfgang
smile.
Amadeus Mozart.
Has a little smile. And he goes, ma'am, it is a pleasure to meet you. Are you a servant or a guest?
I'm a guest.
I see. Well, if you decide to come and have a real party later after the wedding, you can always find me later, and I will show you what it is like to be a real wolf.
Oh dear.
Ew.
Mm.
And
Wow. We found a couple of werewolves tick. We can mark our cards now
and
as we tick off the
he then looks at
monsters.
Esmeralda
Ah.
and goes, and you? Your name is, are you with another party? And Esmeralda looks, she goes, I'm Esmeralda. Lord,
Oh, this is
Lord
my
Strahd invited me as well.
Thank God.
And he just,
If she's not on the list, it might be because she's working for us.
She's my emotional support companion.
Cage.
ah,
Cage is on the list.
I see.
Cage.
You are Cage?
Cage to me.
Cage?
She's
I
Cage.
see.
Did you find
He gets
Cage
he gets
on the
the
list?
paper. Ah, I see. But I have not seen you leave. When did you leave?
She came to fetch us.
Ah, I see. You know you must
It's a dangerous road.
tell the guard if you leave the gate so that we know if you are returning, and we already checked you off. I'm very sorry, my liege. Please, of course, Cage the Mage. I shall make no notation, and we shall ignore that you have left, for it is perhaps my companion's fault for not noticing you while I was busy entering more gates.
It's
Damn
very
it.
interesting.
Have we still got that heart in the bag of holding?
Yeah, I have got it in my backpack.
Damn it.
So, Esmeralda
no,
is
it is in the
admitted
back.
as well. So, the party is admitted.
As Cage.
Yeah.
And Cage is allegedly still here.
We buried that heart, right?
No, it's in the bag of holding
Okay.
in a box.
I don't want to see Cage again. I'm going to shoot worried looks at Wolfroll.
So you're standing like most females that I see, and given Bernard's the only other male here, he will probably attest that this is a thing. Standing in the middle of the aisle at the shopping centre.
Just
Yeah.
Not at the
blocking.
side,
Just
No,
blocking.
not
They
at the
just-
side, but
No,
just chatting
never.
in the middle of the fucking aisle. So would you girls like to take the party
Yeah.
left, right, or you want to stay in the middle of the entree?
No, we'll thank the guard and move
Which
on.
way do you go?
And
Yeah.
we'll tell Fisk to tip the guard.
Which?
No, don't tip guards. Stop tipping guards. We don't need people knowing where we're from.
The guard will be
But we
friendly.
Chuck him a-
now.
We have
Chuck 'em a
Strad
finger gun.
coins. We have Strad coins as well, remember?
We do have Strahd coins.
Mm-hmm.
My guard was happy with his
Yeah.
foreign coin.
Let's just hope he
Strahd
doesn't tell
coins
his
are-
friends.
Strahd
True.
coins are probably like some sort of Russian currency or Polish currency, and it's just shit. And I gave him I basically gave him US dollars, and he scurried off with it.
Or here it'd be the equivalent of an Australian dollar. So,
I gave him a US gold piece, and not some Polish one or
So should-
Romanian
yeah.
gold piece.
So
That
which
would
way are
be
you going,
worse.
guys?
I say we go and make our way into the castle then, because we're on the list. He knows we're coming. We were invited. Shall we see if we can get a room?
Yep. Let's
Mhm.
make our way in.
Shall we just blag our way
So
in and go, hi, we're back?
marquee, as you can see, is directly in front of you, between you and where the gates are, which are here. underneath the overhang. You might recall.
Mhm.
The gates
Yep.
are recessed
Mhm.
somewhat into the castle, so this is the current view that you have. And so across in front of here is the marquee, and the sides are all down.
I say we go around. I'm just trying to think. These glamping tents are probably Lady Vacta, right? Though she might have rooms in the
You
castle.
were told
What do you
which
reckon?
way the guests went and which
I
way the
can't
help
remember.
went.
Oh, help went south, didn't they? Guests went north.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a left-right situation.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I'd say we go towards the glamp tents.
So we go up this way.
Yeah.
And then around. And then down.
Right, as you go up through there, you see people you don't really recognise. You see people tending to the horses.
Fuck, wrong way.
Fuck.
A couple of people sort of looking at you as the party sort of go. Oh, wait, I'm moving the tent. Let me just move that to the back layer.
So Starfire went that way, so the rest of us are just going.
The rest of us, we're going down
Right.
here.
So Starfire, as you go around,
Sapphire's help. Sapphire's help.
it's a shame it wasn't
Sorry.
Wolfrall. Hey, the guard would think his luck's changed. Hey? Yes.
Oh, our dumb dragon friend.
I'm looking forward to you serving me a tankard of mead later.
So as you go down, you can see that these tents are sort of 50% open, like an entertaining area, and that there are little tables set up, and then there's like behind that there is clearly like some sort of glamping accommodation arrangement. And at this particular point, Lady Fiona Vocta turns directly and stares at you. And standing next to her is Ernst. Remember Ernst? That guy.
Oh, yeah.
And she just stands there. You can see her
Yeah.
daughter Stella and Nikolai and Carl are busy sort of pouring, something from a container into mugs, and doing a cheers with each other. You can see another woman there as well that you don't recognise. Over to the left of them, and the next sort of tent along, you see, which are without a doubt the Vistani, and you see Lugash standing there as well. He has not seen you yet.
Damn it. I've got those Vistani steaks in the bag of holding,
And then
though.
beyond that, in the third tent, you see strangely dressed people. Perhaps old hags or witches or just smelly old women, they would appear from this distance. But yet here they are, afforded a tent of, some renown.
They're from the bone grinder.
The bone grinder
look like
witches.
Bone grinder crew.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Doesn't sound good.
No. Ah. I wonder if feral room is available. These tents sound a bit dodgy.
Ernst,
Yeah, the
Yeah, I'm not.
temperature.
I'm not a tent. I'm not a tenting guy.
Ernst,
Just
Yeah.
like
Ernst,
a proper room.
Yeah.
Ernst takes a step away and bows curtly to Lady Vocta, who then abruptly turns and joins her children at the table. Standing up, the table's a standing up table. Ernst approaches
Okay.
you, Starfire and Wolfrall, and Fisk.
Okay.
Because obviously, oh sorry, not Starfire, Wolfrall, yeah, and Fisk. Because Starfire, you're over near the gate, coming
At the room.
down the wrong way.
That's okay. I'm just wandering aimlessly.
Ernst approaches and he sort of stops quite curtly in front of you and gives a bow, and He goes, I am sent to inform you that Lady Vakta will respect Lord Strahd's request that there is a truce between enemies who come to this wedding. Of course, as you would be aware as a guest, that at midnight the truce ends, and so if you are remaining here beyond the midnight, then I should warn you that the bad blood that is held between yourselves and my mistress, I am at liberty to say that she will not take any action against you until you leave the grounds in order to not upset Lord Strahd. So, this, I ask, is done with a reciprocation from you to the same agreements. What's
Of course. We're
Mm.
not here to ruffle no feathers. We are just here to enjoy this very merry occasion for our dear friend, Irina.
Exactly.
He just stands
I'm
there.
not
He
sure
just
we
stands
ever
there
had any
staring at you,
issues.
and then abruptly turns and departs.
Yeah. Can I still see Lady Vakta in my like vision?
Yes,
Was
but
she
yeah,
in the
yeah.
tent now?
So she's in that first tent. This first tent here is the Vakta. Well, there's some other people there, but all you can see at the moment is Lady Vakta. Ernst returns. You can see her daughter Stella, the two brothers, and you see another woman.
As we just like kind of walk past that tent, I'm just gonna chuck her like a real big grin.
Yeah, no one is looking at you.
Like a real friendly
Give me a
ass
performance
smile.
check, just to see if you can somehow will them to
You could sing a
will
song.
them to see you.
Yeah.
This slips backwards.
A ditty about Lady
This
Vakta.
slides back into the dark. Bye.
Time to compose a ditty.
Nikolai
Like,
looks up and
that-
gives you a wink.
Not what I was trying to achieve, Nikolai. Thanks anyway. That kind of smile that your little girl gives you when she really wants that ice cream. That smile. That
Yeah, he just looks up and gives you a wink, and then returns to the conversation with his mother and siblings.
fucking creepy.
Lugash and the Vistani, you count at least 6 standing in the forecourt of their tent. And then you now notice that sitting beyond them, just almost like halfway in, halfway out, is the woman who gave you the readings. And she looks dead at all of you, as though this time, Starfire, you've now joined the rest of the party.
Yeah.
So the party at all is sort of walking here at the moment. So I can move the rest of you down here. Yeah, so that's basically where you are. Esmeralda, of course, is also with you at the back. And you notice now that the old lady who read your fortunes upon the very early days of your arrival into this misty and wet, damp and dark land is looking at you with a sly smile.
I give her a little wave.
She
Hello.
gives you a deep nod in response.
Nice.
Lugash turns around, clearly curious as to who Madame Eva is engaged with, and he suddenly reaches for a sword that is not by his side, and he like looks and he like glares at you.
Give him a wave as well. Trying to not antagonize, but be friendly. Maybe we need to do up a sign. We're under a truce.
Lugash basically looks quite, oh crikey, this is great service, eh? Thanks, Rachie.
That's amazing.
That's heaps, thank you. Maria, looks like 3
Where do you
times
get
she's
one of
got
those?
COVID. That's just like freaky weird.
It's like catching the common
Hey?
cold.
Yeah, that's right. She doesn't have resistance to it. And you've been double vaxxed too, eh, Maria? She's
I'm
double
double
vaxxed, but she
vaxxed.
says it just
Yeah.
feels like a cold at the moment. Is that what you reckon? A cold with a fever?
Yeah, it's a cold with a cough and a fever, and you just feel
Cold with a
rubbish.
cough and
It's
fever, and
like
you feel
having a
rubbish.
cold,
Yeah.
but it's fine. Everyone will be used to it. In another 6 months, you all would have had it. It's all good.
Yeah,
Todd's not.
hopefully. Yeah.
Look, COVID.
She's a
It
bug.
just
See
blame it
you
on
and
the
I see
vets.
you.
Blame it on the vets. I seem to get sick after
Madam
vets.
Eva calls out and goes, Lugash, the truth, the prophecy.
Oh God.
And
Say
when
the prophecy.
Lugash then, like,
See.
with incredibly dirty eyes, like wanting to just slip something into your throats,
Yeah.
he turns and he then walks past Lady Madam Eva and disappears into the tent.
We gosh, me man, that's not real nice.
Okay. That's nice
At
to
least
see
we
they're
didn't
all
meet them
here.
on the
Yeah,
You hear
that's true.
a cackle of laughter as you now see in the last tent. There seems to be a bunch of old women, Barovian witches you now recognise from your meeting with them in the castle deep. You remember that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give them a wave as well.
And you see 3 other witches or hags, and you recognise one of them as well from the windmill. And you recognise yet a third from the dream pastry cart.
Yep.
Mm,
Give them all a
pastry
wave.
tart.
Yes, we didn't buy any. Remember?
Yeah. But they seem to be the best of the 3 tents, really.
If we're going to have an alliance, maybe we need the witches on side.
Why are we on stairs?
I don't know who did that.
No.
I don't know, but this is
I don't even
weird.
know how
Hang
you
on.
do that.
That is really weird.
How is that done?
Someone did that. Oh, look, hang on.
Together
We could be an
mode.
airplane. Look at that. I didn't realise that.
How do you
That's cool.
do that?
This looks like we're on a
That's
panel
cool.
or something.
They've added to it now. Oh my god, there's a lot of things we can be in.
There's quite a few, isn't there?
Wow.
How do you
I did
find
it.
those screens though? That
And
background.
you can choose scene
Yeah,
for
that's
together
great.
mode, so you've got different options.
Is Scary Castle.
Where's Scary
I don't
Castle?
see
an
that at
option?
all.
Start. We got the window
Where's
seats.
Scary Castle?
Yeah.
I know that would be a
that
good mode though,
Oh,
wouldn't it?
dinner. There you go.
I did.
All right.
How do you find that? Like I see together mode, but I see
Change
no
scene.
option for screens.
Yeah.
I don't have
Anyway,
that.
I'm going back
Oh,
to mode.
I see.
Weird.
That was very, very
There's
cool.
a change background, but that doesn't work for scenes. Hmm.
Oh, look, Bernard's got the Eiffel Tower. Bernard, you've touched the wrong button. You're presenting to the
Ah.
front of your screen.
Am
At
I?
least you're wearing
Oh,
pants.
Always wearing pants for you, Duncan.
No, you're not.
Definitely don't know how to do that. Weird.
The hags welcome you. Come. We have pastries and drink. Come. We have heard so much about you.
Is anybody else really frightened right now? I don't want your pain.
We've had breakfast. Thanks very much, though. Should we ask them? How are they? How are they all getting on?
Oh, we've been good, of course. Things have picked up since your arrival.
Our arrival.
What do you mean they've picked up?
Business?
Everything seems to have picked up since you arrived. Our Lord is
Good.
most happy. He finally has the love of his life almost in his hands.
Hmm.
You have not met Baba Lassa. I turn, and there's a woman comes out of the tent.
Oh, cool.
I am
Meet Bob.
almost the Lord's mother, and so it is perhaps right that you are here without tent, because I believe it is you who have brought my dear boy such joy by the delivery of his most lost love.
I go, hold the phone. Are you Barbara Lesser from the swamp?
Hey, excuse me.
What's the phone?
I recognize that you are only as wise as you are young. But, I have lost my map. Wait, nobody panic, what the fuck?
We heard of a similar Barbara Lesser, but we thought you lived near the swamp or in the swamp near the Wizards of the Wines, sort of to the west.
My boy has asked that we all respect his wishes for a lack of violence
Hmm.
and politique on this very special day. And of course, I plead that you too mind your tongue for the town of Berez, my home. Please, I ask that you do not refer to it as a swamp.
Well,
Perhaps I should refer to your lands as a soulless rock
you'd be right.
spat upon the great unknown. But
Yeah.
today, and her face completely changes. Today we're here to see my boy finally make a union with that girl that has plagued him for so long.
Your
And I
boy.
believe you are guests here as a reward for bringing her. And I see you all still live. And who are you? And she looks at Esmeralda.
I think I hear Strad calling, or Arena, maybe.
Gotta go.
We've got to go. Nice meeting you. We
Didn't
will
enjoy the creepy
see you
chat.
at the wedding. Enjoy your pastries. And
Where
I'll
are you to go?
go to the house. I understood we would have a room.
No, I see. You think you have a room? When my boy's nursemaid, almost mother, God bless the soul of his real mother, the queen. But I raised him myself. You think that you would have a room when I am here in a tent? Of course, you silly fools.
Well,
Should
we'll
be
just
You
fun.
think
see
you are
about that.
so overstated.
Yeah,
And
we're
then,
Have you
Arena's
seen
friends.
us?
and then the hags just burst out into a hideous hackle. It's like, as they've overheard the conversation. Well, not overheard it, been observing it with great anticipation.
Mm.
And then the witches go, you know, we are not even in our rooms. We are down here today. It all will be done by tomorrow's morn, and things will be back to normal, of course. Many will be dead after midnight, and Lord Strahd will be enjoying his new bride as they take their first slumber during the day together.
No, she's gonna be a little vamp wife.
Yeah.
of course, her turning shall be spectacular to watch this evening. You do know that it is only less than half an hour till the luncheon begins. Please, you may use our tent and change.
Um,
And with that, she sort of Balasar um, sort of steps back and offers the tent entry for you to go and drop your bags, freshen up, and do whatever you're going to do.
I think given our fresh clothes are in the castle, we should probably check into the castle.
You have fresh
Are they?
clothes in the castle.
Yeah, remember the finery we had last time?
Hmm.
There was all the stuff from last time. We left it in the room, so I believe our things will be laid out in our room. So we're just going to go check.
Certainly
take-
expecting that to be the case.
Yeah, well, but understand accommodation is scarce. Thank you for your offer. We'll check back in with you once we've checked in with Strahd's man.
Okay, so they just
Off we go.
start hideously laughing at you and begin cackling and brewing things, and they're stacking pastries actually on what seem to be quite old silver or pewter trays, and they're stacking quite a few of them.
Just doing old hag things.
Yes, darling. What? Sorry. I'm getting asked for help in the background.
Dad, you should show Maria Polly.
She's right next to me.
Show Maria how fat Polly is.
Oh, what's up? You want to say hello? Where's Polly?
Polly the cat
Oh, cute.
is massive.
When you say massive, is it serious massive, like 10, 11 kilos massive?
No, no, it's on its way.
She's getting there.
I know. Sirius at his heaviest was like close to 11.
Don't get big, get massive.
Get massive.
Yeah, exactly.
But Arnold Schwarzenegger used to say.
Well,
Yeah,
Sirius
but
was just big boned as well.
That's muscle, not fat, Dad.
Exactly. I'm sure Polly's the same. So shall we head
Yep.
into Strahd's place?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think
See
of
if we can find Rahaden.
yeah.
Maybe we should ask for him.
Yes. We'll see. Rahaden should be around. It's daytime.
Okay, what are you doing? So you're going up to the double doors?
Yep.
Has Esmeralda mentioned that servant's entrance that she was aware of?
As you walk in and you ask her, she says it's around to the north.
Around to the north. So up where the carts are,
Past
the coaches, past the car.
Hmm.
Let me just see what you can see.
I say we go all out. We've said we've got a room. We just continue with that. We're like, we're Rahaden. We're here. Rejoice.
Yeah.
We're
Can you show
a
us to our room?
family. Yeah, please show us to our room, and where we can have a bath, get changed, and get ready for the wedding. Assume it's our old room. Doesn't hurt.
So you're going to go to the double doors?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
Okay, arriving at the large double doors, they are shut, of course. Where and what do you wish to do?
I'm guessing we try and open them.
Maybe we should knock first.
Knock.
Yeah, we knock.
Do they have a knocker? Or are they just the kind that you just try and open?
Yeah,
And if they're barred, they're barred.
There's definitely no knocker.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Just try and pull them open and see if they're actually open. They might not be barred.
So they are absolutely sealed.
Okay.
You know, again, you might recall these are very ornate outer doors, flanked by fluttering torches in iron sconces, except the torches aren't fluttering at the moment, they're unlit. And yeah, you can see that they are pretty well shut.
Hmm.
How strange.
Awkward.
And
Whereabouts
no
are we? Sorry.
Sorry?
Dad? What?
Yeah.
What was that?
I was just looking at where our icons were on the map. It's all right.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You right, mate?
So if you want me to move where the party is, you can't. Oh shit, that's a tent. Jesus Christ, mate. Sorry, I just moved the tent. See, what I might do is just move that tent down to the map layer as well. Ah!
Tent just got it.
Beg your pardon?
Tents are under the map. The tents are under the map now.
Yeah. I put them. Yeah, I had them on top of the party. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, you guys are standing here in front of the gate. Yeah.
Okay.
Where the party token is up here.
Yeah.
What is it you want to do? So the doors are shut. There's no knockers or anything like that.
Will we knock?
Yeah, I think we know.
We can
Hello,
try.
Irina. I'll be FF Irina. We're here to help you get ready.
Yeah,
We are the bridal party, are we not?
that's right. Friends of the bride.
Exactly.
She can't get ready without us.
So true. She's
There
lost
is
without us.
deathly silence. There is, but I guess not deathly silence. There's nothing coming from beyond the doors. To your north, there's the hustle of men and women, sort of enjoying each other's company and beginning to have a few ales. These are the workers. These are the guards and the porters and staff of the people that you've just basically met down below. And they're in the tents to those sort of tents to the north. There is less noise, in fact, hardly any noise for where you are from the south. So there's a bit of raucous, of the staff from the north. Not too much from the south. You've seen what's going on there. There's the three tents with the three different groups of people. And then, of course, there's a rather large marquee behind you, where you can see that there are. It's closed, but there is an entry flap directly opposite the doors. And still no response.
Well, this is getting more and more uncomfortable.
We were expected.
Can you unlock the doors, please?
I will have a go. Fisk's going to have a bit of a play with the doors and see if he can maybe open them.
You recognise you can probably unlock them, so you just now need to make that decision.
Do we piss them off and go in?
we do?
I would say it's not pissing them off. We're just being considerate guests by not troubling them, by letting ourselves in and finding our own rooms.
Is this gonna
Okay.
go? Is this going into that room where the dragon with their gargoyle sculptures attacked us as we were leaving?
The entrance, yep. I'm sure they'll be fine with us coming in.
I just found the door open. I didn't fucking do anything.
It was open.
The door's
they were
open.
waiting.
I just pushed
was
it.
quite open.
We heard someone call. Baby? There was a baby's cry.
We thought we heard Irina on the other side, right?
So, Fitz,
So-
just give me the
Definitely.
word. Are you opening the door?
Yes. We see 17 likes looking at us. But
Have you guys rendered yet?
yep, certainly have.
Okay, must just be mine. It's taking a while. Then you'll see. So you guys can see, yeah?
Yep.
Yep. So
Yes.
you can see into the entryway. You can see that there is another set of double doors that are closed. Overhead in the vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering in the torchlight.
Starfire, you're up.
Open that
It's
door.
okay. We've got to get through the next door. I think Fisk, that's on you, right? You're our best
Well,
chance.
I'm not a door opener. Only if it's locked. Maybe just.
You're our
I can go
doormat.
and push the door. I'll walk with you
Yeah.
to the door.
Sure. As I shove you.
Okay, so as you can see, hopefully just in front of you, there are 4 red wormling dragons, statues with glistening eyes in each of the corner of the next sort of room. So Fisky,
Chamber.
clearly you are standing here at the door. Starfire's now moved next to you. Esmeralda's staying back. What do you guys want to do? Are you going to step in?
So we'll open the door. If we push on it, will it open? Or it is
You
open?
already opened it.
Okay, fine.
Suddenly, behind you, a bell rings. Dong, 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 dong.
Ooh.
And do you turn to look? Does anyone turn to look?
Well, I'm
To look at
guessing
the bell,
it's
where the bell is coming.
unusual. Is it like a massively loud
It
bell
sure is.
that sounds like it's behind
It
us?
definitely is.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. We turn with our bell.
Yeah.
As you turn, you see the marquee behind you is this. All the sides are lifting, almost like they're rolling up, but you can't tell if they're rolling up or just being pulled up. And you see in front of you tables filled with food, goblets, vats of something, even fresh fruit is laid out. And you now see, standing in the middle, who you recognise to be Rahardin, the Chamberlain of the castle.
Ah, cool.
He looks at you.
Maybe we should go back.
No, at this point, has anyone entered into the chamber? I'm not seeing it. You've just opened the doors.
Not yet. Just open the
Rahadan
doors.
looks at you and just gives her like a... and raises his hand like that, and the door shuts.
So we're stuck in the castle.
No. I just asked it.
No, we're outside still.
Oh,
so we'll
sorry.
just-
Right.
The inner door shut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll turn around and go, oh, sorry.
We
We were just looking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you are.
G'day, mate.
Right.
We're a hard dog. What up?
You guys.
Did you miss us?
So, Rahadan is some distance away, but you notice that he's still there. You notice now that guests,
For a hard dog.
Rahadog, the guests from the southern tents are now beginning to flow in, and they're sort of starting to mingle a little bit now too. You see, what was Madame Eva talking to Lady Vocta?
Okay.
You know,
We should join them. Look at all that
you
food.
now see Father Donovich.
Ah, Donovich.
Yes.
Ah.
And you see Ismark standing next to him.
There's Mark. What? I think it's not dead people.
It's Mark. Hmm.
You remember who Ismark is?
No.
The
Yeah.
wine guy.
No. Irina's brother.
No, that was
Damn.
the guy that was
Fuck.
Irina's brother that was hassling
Oh
you.
The
god.
guy who paid you to
Yeah,
take her to
this isn't good.
safety.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, this is not ideal.
Oh, he's going to be dirty with us.
Yeah, well, he
We're
didn't
gonna-
pay us yet. So, what does he want from us?
Well,
Well,
we
nothing.
did
He's just standing
try.
there. I'm just telling you who you're seeing. The tent has
We
gone
should
up. You
go
see
chat to
Rahadan.
him.
You see standing over there Father Donovich standing next to Ismark. Obviously, Father Donovich was from the village of Barovia as well, which obviously Ismark has taken over from his father, who was the mayor. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just assassinating flies, obviously.
Well,
And then obviously Lady Vocta and her party enters, Madame Eva, the Vistani Lugosh, more very wolfy looking people. Someone
Okay.
dressed
any
as an
drips?
abbot, taking what looks to be a monstrosity of a creation. If you think about a female Frankenstein, that's who this man is holding the hand of. This oh, a man is a you know. Let me find a picture of him.
He's holding the hand of a female
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
pretty much.
Well, someone that looks like that, yeah.
This has the markings of an awesome party, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
This is looking like it's going to shape up to be a lot of fun. Till midnight, that is.
Yeah.
It's ready for his old fashioned.
And then we gotta run.
We know the castle well enough. Maybe we just stand and fight.
Just see.
Maybe we go
Is
to the
there-
Holy Temple. Where could we fight from? What's got a good vantage point?
The trusses.
Why are we fighting?
Oh no,
Right.
till midnight.
Contingency plan.
It's like if we don't get out before midnight, if we don't do, because the truce ends at midnight, right? So all of them, except for possibly Madame Eva and a couple of witches, will be after us.
Witches, snitches.
including the vampires.
Yeah, they weren't fond of us.
No.
They're very good at making enemies.
So if Strahd's truce ends, because Strahd will be against us as well, right? So it depends, do we want to leave the party early or do we want to stand and defend ourselves? It's a lot of people to fight.
Yeah, so the abbot guy, I don't have a good picture. But anyway, he's standing with this sort of monstrosity of a female. And clearly everyone's kind of avoiding him. Like I said, they were sort of doing a little bit of mixing, but not so much with him. Lady Vocta is talking to Madame Eva, Lugash, and, is talking to some of the werewolf-looking people. The hags are there; they're keeping to themselves, but one of them is now going around handing out party pies. And you see Gertruda. Do you remember Gertruda?
Yeah, we do. She had a
Yeah.
bite mark on her neck last time we saw.
So you see Gertruda there as well, standing behind Rahad.
Yeah.
And down come now Father Lucian, Isaac, and some of the guards as well are also being invited to the northern part of the marquee, right? So you sort of got the central area and the southern area as sort of where all the guests are, and you can see there's a demarcation in the quality of the meal that's provided as well. So, but the guards and the porters have been invited in as well, and Rahadin's standing in the middle. And again, he just flicks his hand, and a bell sounds out, ding, 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 and silence falls upon the tent. Can I ask where you guys are now?
Moving towards the tent, I'm guessing, towards the food.
Yeah, I'm going to fist bump for a hot dog.
Yeah.
I said that. Now you're just stealing it. Like
it's our thing. It's our thing, Madison. We're a party.
That's right. So we've all moved upwards the marquee. So the side bit or this bit?
Side bit, I reckon.
Yeah, the eastern side bit. Yep. That's where I've sort of got you guys, where you are. Yep, all there.
Yep.
Is there any sign of Rictavio in the crowd?
Rictavo?
Rictadio.
Ricardo,
yeah.
not Rictadio.
Rictavo. Rictavo, right?
Give me a perception check.
Just all of us?
Well, whoever's looking for...
Just looking to see.
Yeah, you don't see...
I think it's
Rictavio. So basically, you sort of see Father Donovich, Ismark, you see Lady Fiona, Vakta, Ernst, her spy, Stella, Nikolai, Karl, another woman. You see Madame Eva, Lugash, you see a number of Vistani, a number of sort of really hairy-looking large blokes. The weird priest dude with the weird Frankenchild. 3 Barovian witches that you met before. 3 hags, Baba Lasag, who you just met. Gertruda, and now Cyrus, the chef, is now sort of come out from behind Rahadin as well, and is sort of standing there. And Gertruda, of course, on the other side. You now also see Helga and Leaf, the accountant. Now that you're sort of looking around. To the north, there are a number of guards and porters. You recognise the one that made his advances on you, Wolfel. And you see that the 2 gentlemen who are sort of standing at their gate checking tickets are also standing there.
How many guards do we count at the north of the tent?
About a dozen.
Okay.
And about another dozen in porters and so forth.
Okay, so there's about guards and porters.
24.
24
Yeah.
all up. So guards and porters. Okay.
Rahadan speaks. Lords, ladies, gentlemen, good folk, welcome to my master's home. Today we come together under the protection of our Lord to celebrate the long-awaited union between himself and Irina, who, as you are somewhat potentially aware, is the long-lost soul of Tatiana, Lord Strahd's love. This luncheon is the beginning of the formalities for today. We shall begin with a cleansing of our land. Lunch shall then be taken, and it is expected that you will prepare for this evening's celebration half an hour from dusk, where you shall gather again here, and I shall escort you into my lord's home and through to the chapel, where Lord Strahd will marry Irina. After the celebration and the ceremony, you shall return back here and celebrate. My lord's home is closed to you all. He has his new bride and his current brides and family and stuff. We are busy preparing for the ascension of Irina to our mistress. Therefore, after the ceremony, you are all to return here, and should you wander elsewhere, then your truce shall be broken, and you shall be evicted, lifeless, from this place. Does anyone have any questions? Excellent. Then, I shall ask immediately for Father Lucian to come forward. And Isaac, please come forward. And you see sort of Father Lucian sort of like a little startled, and he places down a mug. And Isaac, who was, you recall, the captain of the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Lucian is brought forward, well not brought forward, comes forward in front of Rahat. And you sort of notice that the tone changes. You start to notice that Rahadan is standing in front of a set of tiles that are on the floor. And Father Lucian is now standing in the middle of those tiles. Father Lucian, Rahadan says, you have served Baktahot well, but you have been unfaithful to our master. You have held things that do not belong to you, sacred things that should not have been in your possession. And for this, your life is forfeit immediately. And Rahadan whips out a blade and thrusts it up into Lucian's chest. He grabs it and splutters as blood suddenly flows and pools into the tiles. He falls to his knees
Oh, damn.
and then collapses outside, rolling outside of the circle. Isaac immediately
Called it.
What?
Red wedding.
Isaac immediately looks alarmed and reaches to grab his sword. He pulls his sword out, and he can see with his sort of deformed hand, he's ready and he's looking around. Rahadan turns to him and says, Isaac, you poor man, you harbor the illusion that you are related somehow to my lord's future queen. This is a fallacy. And Isaac screams, she is my sister! I must protect her!
Oh, Ismark.
And he has his sword, and he's looking around. You can just see that even the people that are within 5 to 10 feet of him just don't know what to do. They don't know whether to step back. They don't know whether to step forward. And all of a sudden, he just drops the sword. And falls to the ground.
Aww.
Rahadan turns.
Did Rahadan do something?
I don't know. Did you want to roll any kind of insight check or whatever?
Yes. Perception?
What are you looking for?
Maybe an
tell
arcana?
me what
An
you're looking
arcana? I'm looking for spell
for.
casting.
Okay, give it an arcana check. Yes, beautiful. You note that the 3 witches seem to be occupied with some form of arcane ritual. Isaac, however, lifeless before you. Rahadan turns.
So that's Ismark.
Says, my Lord Strahd has executed his writ, or has produced his writ of execution against these 2. The rest of you, there is no further fear or threat. Abide by Lord Strahd's rules. Enjoy, make merry, and celebrate this glorious day of union between Irina, Tatiana, and Lord Strahd von Zarovich. Enjoy. I shall return at dusk. And with that, he struts off with Gertruda in tow, and opens the doors, closes the doors, and disappears into the castle. Helga and Cyrus, the chef, now say, please, feast. I have prepared the food for you, says Cyrus. And Helga then begins to sort of offer the Lady Vakta, Father Donovich, Ismark, etc., food, etc. And slowly but surely, a bit of comes over. Now the 2 bodies are still there, and the blood from Father Lucian remains in this tiled sort of. Imagine if you took the bottom of a shower, put the plug in, and sort of had that there as a red blood. And people are just carefully stepping over and around the bodies.
Awkward.
Let's take a seat away from the dead bodies, if we can.
Ismark, with a Barovian guard standing next to him, and you can see, steps up to you and goes, why are you here?
I thought Ismark was Irina's brother.
she has often said that there was another. You may not be aware, but myself and Irina, we were adopted by our father.
So it was Isaac that was killed. Okay.
Isaac.
Sorry, I thought the names.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Isaac was killed. He was the captain of the guard from Holt, or Valaki.
Right.
Ismark is the mayor now of Barovia and was the brother of Irina, who paid you to take Irina away from Strahd.
But it was Isaac who was killed.
Isaac, yep. Was
Isaac.
executed, correct.
Yeah, okay. That's because he thought he was the brother as well.
And maybe he was.
Maybe he was.
Do you think Isaac is your brother, Ismark?
He goes, there is some resemblance in the face. I do not wish to discuss this because clearly it is a sensitive matter. I am here because I must be. I am most disappointed that my sister has fallen into Strahd's grasp and will no doubt die this very night and be turned into a sinister creature of the dark. Ah, Rahadan, how are you? As Rahadan sort of steps up. Immediately, Ismark just changes.
Rahadan.
And Rahadan says...
We just wait for Rahadan to pass?
Yeah, and Rahadan makes some small talk. And Ismark then turns back to you and says, he looks, why are you here?
We didn't want.
We are Eileen's BFFs.
Yeah.
We'll explain we tried to stop Irina from staying and we did try to protect her, but in the end she went to Strahd.
You must realize that she can never marry Strahd.
Of course, that's obvious.
You must be prepared to ensure that is not an eventuality tonight.
Are you prepared?
He looks around. I think I can trust you.
Just so that we're on the same page.
Mm.
Are we in this together, or is this one of those things where it's just us?
It's one of those things where it's just us. And you're not really going to help.
Yeah.
Watched you in the inn.
It's just an us thing.
I think that your intentions are good. The keepers of the feather say that they have your trust. I am here tonight to not kill Strahd, but to kill Irina. And I must ask that you assist Esmeralda. And Esmeralda sort of looks. And then suddenly you see her eyes go wide open. Rodolphe, it is you.
Oh, it's not Ismark.
And at that point, Maria, can I get you to roll a insight check, please?
Yep. I'm like, God damn it. He's taken on his form.
I've got to go, guys, but this has been real. I can't wait to watch the YouTube.
Well, what we might do is we might just do another 20 minutes, half hour. So, because I'd really like everyone to be involved in the last couple of sessions, because we've spent 2 years getting here. So we'll just go for a little bit more, up to 9 o'clock, and then we'll get back together in a couple of weeks. Everyone good for that?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Have a good one. See you, Maddie. Have a good Christmas.
See you, Maddie.
Bye. Have a good Christmas. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I got a pretty outstanding insight check the second time round.
So you
It's always
recognise.
good when you can do two.
Yeah. So you recognise that Ismark is clearly not Ismark. And you're sort of really struggling to understand because Esmeralda said Rudolph, but you are starting to sort of see glimpses of Octavio.
Rictavo.
And Rudolph, of course, is Rudolph Unrechten, the great
Yes.
vampire slayer.
Okay. So we're in it together then. Sweet.
I have your assistance. Irina must not live. She must die before Strahd takes her. We are unable to kill Strahd here. We are outnumbered. But we must stop him. Must stop him getting Irina.
Why do we have to stop him getting Arena?
He cannot marry her.
But why?
With that, he quickly turns and engages in conversation with Father Donovich, who's sort of stumbling up towards him. Father, it is so good to see that we are ready for this evening. Are you ready to assist the abbot? And Father Donovich sort of gives you all a nod. He's still a little bit, confused about what happened to his son. And he goes, yes. I spoke to the abbot, and we are ready for the ceremony this evening. I will be assisting him with the union.
Hmm.
Can I just ask? I'll introduce myself and go, hello, I'm Starfire, blah, blah, blah.
Who are you introducing yourself to?
I'm going to introduce myself to the Father Donovich.
Yeah, so you met
He probably
Father
doesn't
Donovich.
remember.
Do you remember?
Yeah, but he won't remember, will he?
Of course you
Like,
remember.
I remember
Starfire,
me.
I remember you.
Ah, very good. Very good. Just questioning this whole ceremony with the abbot. I'm just curious, what does it involve? Like, do you go into the castle half an hour beforehand? Do you talk to the bride? Do you talk to the groom separately? Like, what's the crack? How's it work?
Well, as far as I understand, the doors will open. Rahaden will bring us through. The abbot and myself leading. The other great guest, the bridal party, will then join us in the part of the reception area in the castle. There are 4 bridesmaids. Strahd's current brides, I guess. It is his land. He may marry as many times as he wish, I guess. So, then we shall then go through to the chapel, and Strahd will be waiting, and Irina will come down with a couple of his brides, I guess. I am uncertain as to who is bringing Irina, but she will then join Strahd. It will be very quick. Strahd's instructions are we are to marry him within minutes of entering the chamber.
Within minutes.
And this is what Lord Strahd has asked, that essentially we walk in, we see him and the bridal party, and Ismark, of course. Yes, of course, Ismark. You shall walk the bride down.
Ah.
Hmm.
So Ismark will have to go up at some point.
Well, Ismark will come
to
in with
pull
us.
Irina down.
This is the only way no one is to go in before the wedding begins. But Ismark,
So-
you must, I guess, wait at the bottom of the stairs in the chapel, and you will then escort Irina to the pulpit, and we shall then marry you post-haste.
So it's lucky you were able to make it, Father Donovich, to undertake the
I don't
ceremony.
think I had a choice, my dear. I don't think anyone has a choice in this matter. Lord Strahd is the land.
Alrighty. Well, that sounds like we won't get any time alone with Irina. Shame. We've become great friends.
Yes. Ismark, her brother, has not seen her since he entrusted her to these adventurers, who I think are you, who have missed him. His grief is so deep, but I was surprised to see that he joined us here.
Well, we all feel that way, but we can't let Irina be here on her own for this, can we?
No, perhaps you cannot. Anyway, Father Donovich sort of wanders off. A lot of people seem to be just basically avoiding you, except obviously those that have just spoken to you. Certainly the Vistani are avoiding you, giving you daggers across the room whenever they can. The Barovian witches and the hags, of course, are just taking the piss out of everything and everyone. And one of them comes up offering you some beautiful looking, smelling pastries.
I'll decline.
But darling, you
Pastries
must try my pastry.
I'm just going to go eat some of this lovely fruit.
Please do not worry. It will not put the pounds on you. It will take years off you. She giggles.
Can you remind me again, are these vegetarian?
Oh. No, they are made out of a secret recipe. And she taps her head.
Okay.
And wanders off. At this point, Lady Vakta does come up to you. And she goes, you must realize that you must never step foot in my town again. If you do, this time Lord Strahd will not rescue you.
Oh, lady, it's so good to see you again. We've missed you.
Yeah, we love it
And
there.
I missed you on the night that was so critical to the future of our town. You decided.
You did well without us.
You decided to abandon your oath. But we shall not discuss this here, for we are here to celebrate the wonderful union of Lord Strahd to that woman, Irina. But
It's a bit of jealousy.
don't speak to me like that. With that, she then wanders off.
I think we just eat. Let's just eat, regain our strength.
I think Lady Vakta had a few aspirations.
Yeah,
I
quite
think
possibly.
so too. As soon as you hear that woman,
yeah,
either mum's unhappy with her stepdaughter, or because I hear that.
So you notice that pretty much everyone who's out here, obviously during daylight, does not seem to be any of the brides or other, sort of creatures of the night that you previously met or encountered in Strahd's castle, or in fact in any part of Barovia. All seem to be, mostly living flesh, some with souls, some without. As the afternoon wears on, the bodies remain slumped where they are, and the blood begins to thicken. And night begins to prepare itself. Dusk is approaching, and some of the party are now disengaging from lunch. some of the official guests anyway. Certainly the porters and the guards are pretty much pissed now. So if you imagine like an Oktoberfest type scene, that's now what you're beginning to see at the northern end of the tents. And they're sort of even moving down a little bit further as the sort of official parties now break and go off to their tentage and prepare themselves for the evening. One of the Barovian witches goes, come, we must prepare. Come, you come and change and freshen up with us.
Okay.
Maybe we should.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll have barrels of water. Have a bath, try and dust out our clothes.
Yeah, so you go with the witches. Now, I want to understand, what's your intent? How are you going to be dressed? What are you doing with your backpacks? What are you doing with your weapons? What are you doing with your bags of holding? What's the go?
Wow. They didn't say no weapons allowed, did they? So I'm assuming we can take weapons to the castle?
Fist has his backpack and carries it with him.
Yeah. I think we just take the backpacks into the... Well, could leave the backpack and put the important stuff in the bag of holding and just take the bag of holding.
And seeing as we don't have our fine clothes that we thought would be laid out in our room, we don't have too much choice of clothes, do we?
No, just have to beat the dust off them.
So the hags assist you with some predestination, whatever the fuck it is.
I can't say it
Where they
either.
can use magic and clean your clothes. So, yeah,
Oh,
so they
great.
basically...
Prestidigitation.
Thank you. But
Thank you.
Prestidigitation.
I know. Why the fuck would you call us spells? I mean, no one in their right mind can pronounce. That's just cruel. And they assist you, and they also they seem to be overly interested in making you look as good as possible. One or two of them pull out some sort of cloak type ensembles that are much finer clothes than what you have.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now the cloaks that you all had from when it was very cold, what do you want to do with those? Are you going to swap them over and take these cloaks?
Well, I think it's just rolling them up and putting them in our backpacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or attaching them to the outside of the backpacks.
Yeah, sure. So you're going to put on the finer sort of silky cloaks as opposed to the big, warm ones that you had previously.
Well, what's the weather like?
Well, it's cool.
It cold?
It's always cool, but it's not cold. It's not like frosty, freezing. I mean, it's quite cold at night, but not
I'll try to
freeze
get
to death.
Wolfrul's attention.
Not freeze to death.
Yeah.
Cold.
Okay. I'll get Wolfrul's attention. I'll be like, the whole wiggly fingers, Arcana check, sign language.
Yeah.
On the clothes.
I was just thinking on the new clothes.
Yeah, on the new clothes.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Pretty good as in they're not spelled?
They seem fine.
There's nothing obvious.
Lovely.
There's no sort of inlaid runes or anything like that.
No. Okay.
Would Esmeralda have a bit of a look at them too? She'd have some Arcana.
I got my Esmeralda here. +6 for Arcana. 18 she rolls, and she seems to think that they look just pretty like average, silky cloaks.
Okay. I guess we'll take it then.
Okay.
Thanks, witches.
By the time that you've sort of done all that, You hear a tinkle of a bell. Ding, 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 ding. And it is now clearly time to prepare yourselves to enter Strata's castle for the wedding ceremony.
We haven't even had a chance to talk to Rick Tavo, have we? To come up with a plan. Or are we just going to leave him to kill Irina? I feel killing Irina is a bad thing.
I think so too. But I don't
agree.
know how to him without like revealing who he is and putting him in danger. I just wonder if what we do might change his plan. If we are going to take some action.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really tell us why. Shall we try and talk to him and just say, I don't think it's a good plan to kill Irina. There has to be another way. Just away from the witch's dunk. It'll be just outside the tent.
So where is Rictavo then?
I thought, did Rictavo come with us?
I think
I
he
think
was Lady Buctor's group, wasn't he?
Oh, damn it.
Was he?
I can't remember. Yeah, he must have been in the first tent. He wasn't with the Vistani. Unless he's blending in elsewhere. We didn't notice him at Lady Vactor's tent, did we?
We probably should go and speak to Ismark and apologise for what happened with Irina.
Yeah, let's try and find him and grab him quickly.
And perhaps if I'm apologising, it might give you an opportunity to communicate in a more subtle manner. Someone else. How very, very sorry we are.
Yeah.
So is that what that's what you're
If the
planning?
rest of us are apologising.
You're going to go and seek out.
Go and seek him out. Ismark / Rick Tavo.
Just give me a sec. You guys there? Yeah, okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Yes.
No, I'm busy being difficult. Sorry, I'm just sorting some.
Busy.
Sorting out
Yeah,
screens.
sorting out screens. Nikolai, Madame Eva, Panther, Ismark. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. Okay, so, sorry, say again. You want to go and find old mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, where are you going to go look? Guys?
Tent number 1.
Okay. In tent number 1, Lady Buctor's party. Ernst basically stops you and goes, do not approach. We are preparing. How rude of you.
Preparing what?
We are preparing for the ceremony, you stupid woman.
We just wanted to talk to Ismark for a while.
Ismark is not here. Ismark is with the Barovians.
The Vistani?
No, the Barovians. And he sort of
the others.
points up the other way.
Okay. Sorry to bother you.
So, He's like basically pointed up to the north. The rabble of the porters and guards has now moved up into the corner, and they're much quieter. It's as if they've been told to shut up or die. But they're still a little rowdy, but they're sort of up in the northwestern corner in their various tents, all sort of huddled inside there. The horses are, of course, further to the east in that sort of compound area. But yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment.
So will we head north and look for him? Look for Ismark?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
Okay, after a couple of sort of encounters with drunk people, you find that in the tent to the north, to the further eastern one, the one sort of by itself, you find Ismark and Donovich preparing. How can we help you? Says
Hi, Ismark.
Donovich. And you
Oh,
can see he's now
we
got
just wanted
sort
to
of
talk
his
to
priestly
Ismark.
robes on, and he's sort of adjusting shit and getting his senses and, you know, all that sort of stuff in order. All his priestly stuff.
We just wanted to take Ismark aside for a minute and talk to him about what has happened with Irina and how sorry we are about that. And
Ismark
that
turns because he's standing right
tell
there and he goes, look, it is okay. There's nothing further to discuss. I think we understand each other. Things are as they are. I look forward to this day being over.
well, we do think that she's very important, and we don't want to see anything happen to her today.
Yes, of course. We all want her to have a successful marriage. And he sort of looks glaring at you and sort of squints his eyes towards Donovich.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Then it is settled.
Um,
There's nothing for you to do, I guess. You know, perhaps we shall see each other after the ceremony. And take some wine to escape the day's stresses.
well, hopefully we can all have a drink of wine with Irina after the wedding sometime
Yes, of course.
together.
Yes, I suspect that she will be enjoying her newfound transition. Now, please, you must excuse Father Donovich and I. There's only minutes, I guess, half an hour maybe before we will be summoned. I must continue to lace my boots. He sort of waits for you to leave.
Anything to add, Starfire?
No, I think we leave.
with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
and the night wears on. Is there anything else you wish to do before the bells summon you all to the procession for the wedding?
Are people bringing gifts? Can we see people with gifts anywhere?
Maybe we don't need to hand over the jug. We could use the jug as an excuse. I don't think they'll let us in though. We could say to Rahadin, we've got a gift we want to drop off
Yeah.
in
I've got a
person.
gift for Irina.
Something borrowed, something blue and all that.
There's literally minutes now
It's Rahadin's
before
story.
you see people sort of coming ready, already loitering in the tent area, in the marquee area. It is now
Okay.
dark.
We're probably too late.
The sun has set.
Yeah, we're going to have to wing it.
Yep.
Damn it.
And with that, we'll come to a close for this evening as we begin the procession. The bells are ringing, and they are all gathering.
Ooh, it just changed.
Mm.
You should all be on new map. Can you see yourselves?
Yes.
Yep,
Cool.
with many
Many
others.
others. You have next to you here Father Donovich, behind Esmeralda, Lady Vakta. Then you have Ismark next to her, behind Donovich. Then you have Nikolai Vakta, Stella Vakta, Morgana, who's one of the hags, Madam Eva over here. Um, so there are a procession of others, and essentially, you guys can decide whether you want to be first in the door, because what's going to happen is everyone's going to come in, you're told, and go into the main area,
Mm.
like that sort of entry chamber. And then from there you'll be taken down that long corridor, you might recall. So there's
Yep,
the great entry, and then there's the long corridor that goes down to the chapel.
yep.
But you'll be met by you know um, the hardened and the household, the strides, brides, etc. In there, and you'll be sorted into the procession, into the wedding procession, and then asked to move down. Based on what you're hearing, you realise that you guys are going to be towards the back.
That's appropriate.
And if that's the case, is there anything else that you wish to do or would like to have done?
No, I think it's something to think about over Christmas. So, are we going to play on the 2nd? Is that the plan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is everyone good for that?
I think it's the 2nd, isn't it? Sunday.
And what we might try and do is make it at least 3 hours. Or aim for 3 hours, so that we might see a conclusion to the game.
Oh, that would be sad.
Oh. Why do you
Or
have
a
to
total
do what?
party
That's
kill.
a downer.
Red wedding.
Well, not necessarily a conclusion to the game, a conclusion to this part of the journey of the Stuff of Hopes.
Yes.
Well, of course, you either are going to be successful in your mission, or you may not even do your mission. You might just see Stride get married. I don't know what you're going to do.
Well, I'll have the sun
I don't
sword
think you
under my
guys know what
cloak.
you're going to do. But
No.
anyways, the plan is a wedding's going to be happening. That's what I
I've
can
got
absolutely
a
assure
sun
you.
sword, and I'm not afraid to use it. Just got to figure out a plan. Doesn't immediately, but up the back it means we've got first shot at Stride as he comes through the door. So, depends.
Yeah.
Do we want to fight at the wedding? Do we want to try something? It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Mm.
Plus, Ismark, Octavius, Van Richten's plan.
Well, he wants to kill Irina, which is.
Well, he'll be walking Irina in, won't he?
Yeah, will he try and kill her though before they walk down the aisle while he's in the foyer?
Mm.
Maybe that's where one of us needs to get invited as an extra bridesmaid to protect Irina. Last minute invite. We'll just stay, walk you down the aisle. Possibly. I don't know. Anyway, I got to run. I got a dog to walk, an assignment that's not going to write itself.
All right, guys, thanks for tonight.
Okay.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
good.
That was fun. Thanks,
A
heaps.
lot of role play heavy tonight. I suspect that'll be a bit of the opposite next time.
Yeah.